The Backyard Naturalists podcast is presented by Backyard Birds in Matthews, North Carolina. Backyard Birds offers a unique in-store shopping experience, highlighting the joy and excitement of attracting wildlife with the finest quality seed and the best quality bird feeders, bird houses, bird baths, and more. Bringing people of all ages together with nature and wildlife, Backyard Birds has everything you need to create your own backyard natural habitat. Connect with Backyard Birds at thebirdfoodstore.com or on social media. Now, here's Debbie and Laurie, the Backyard Naturalists.
Welcome to the Backyard Naturalists, the podcast about anything and everything nature-related. This new podcast is sponsored by Backyard Birds, located at 1819 Matthews Township Parkway in the Matthews Festival Shopping Center. We always give the directions as right next door to Dairy Queen because everybody knows where DQ is. Your hosts are Laurie Horn and Debbie Foster. Laurie grew up in Alaska and owns Backyard Birds. Debbie grew up in the Atlanta area and then spent summers on her grandparents' farm, and that was one of the ways that I really, truly learned to love nature. One of the things that I've been working on recently is I am the chair of the Tree and Appearance Advisory Committee for the town of Matthews. And so you'll see some of the things that we've talked about with the Appearance and Tree Advisory Committee in this podcast. We're looking forward to connecting with other nature lovers. So we're hoping that you will give us some feedback and tell us what you'd like to hear about. Do you have a topic? Do you have a question? Please let us know if you do. Today's episode is a seasonal episode. And it's on Christmas trees, specifically the argument about artificial versus real. Which one do you get and why? Are there drawbacks to one or the other? So we're going to talk about the artificial trees first. Laurie, here's a trivia question for you. This is a bizarre thing I found when I was researching this topic. So the artificial Christmas trees originated from materials that were used to make another product. What do you think that product is?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on, take a guess.
I can't even take a guess. I cannot even take a guess.
That would be toilet brushes. Who knew, right?
Who knew? That's a good one, yeah.
Again, this is one of those things you find out when you keep going down the rabbit hole doing research. Toilet brushes. Kind of gives you a whole new appreciation for artificial Christmas trees.
I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that.
You and me both. I do remember my in-laws' artificial Christmas tree, and it was, so help me, the ugliest thing on the face of the earth. It had a spindly trunk that had been spray painted brown. It had a branch about every foot or so, and it was, you couldn't even put lights on it. They warned you not to put lights on it. I guess it couldn't take the heat, and I do remember that. So this toilet brush analogy kind of hit home there. So we're going to talk about some information that we got from a survey that was conducted in 2019 for the Christmas Tree Promotion Board. And one of the things they stated is that artificial trees have 3 times the negative impact on climate change and resource depletion. And you'll be surprised, or maybe not, by what the 2 main components are in artificial Christmas trees.
And that would be plastic and steel.
Mm-hmm. And of course, both of those things are very wasteful of natural resources. They're petroleum products. They would use a lot of water. And they're not recyclable, obviously, so that's a problem. They require more energy to produce because of that.
Most of them, I'm sure, are shipped from China.
Yeah, I think one statistic I saw that at least 80% of them are coming from China. And right now, I'd have to say, will you be able to get an artificial tree or not?
Probably not.
Yeah. And the worst thing about artificial trees is that they end up in the landfill. No matter how long you use them, they will eventually end up in the landfill. And let's face it, plastic and steel don't decompose. So they're going to be in that landfill for a very, very, very long time to come. And one of the interesting things, another interesting thing that I found was a different study that had been done. And this was from the WAP Sustainability Consulting Company. And they compared the impact of both artificial trees and live trees. And one of the conclusions they drew is that one real Christmas tree generates fewer environmental impacts than one artificial tree. So with a 1-to-1 comparison, the winner is the real Christmas tree, the live Christmas tree. But there is a way that you can mitigate. If you want an artificial tree, there's a way you can mitigate the impact.
And that's what they say is a fake tree can have a smaller negative impact on the environment if a person keeps it for 5 years or more.
Right. And I think I read that most people keep them for 4. So that
one more year, folks. One more year.
Just hang on to it one more year. Put some more tinsel on it, some more decorations, and you'll never know the difference. Tie it to the wall if you have to, if it won't stand up anymore. So that's the artificial tree in a nutshell. Let's move on and talk about real trees. It's interesting to me how many different states grow Christmas trees. I even remember seeing Alaska on the list, Laurie, near and dear to your heart, and Hawaii, interestingly enough. But there are some states that are more known for trees. And the Christmas tree farming industry is actually a part of the economy, a big part of the economy in some states, and they're a sustainable crop. So we don't think about Christmas trees as a crop, I think, but they are. So, Laurie, talk about the top 5, I think I gave you more than 5, maybe 7 states for Christmas tree growing in the United States.
Well, Oregon, we knew that was, I think a lot of people know that is the number one. North Carolina, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Washington, and I wouldn't think New York, but it is on there, and Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I found one source that actually said North Carolina grew more than Oregon, and I found many sources that said, no, they don't. So we went with Oregon as
about
number
6 million.
Yeah.
And then North Carolina's around 4 million. Correct.
A lot of the North Carolina trees are grown in Ashe County up in the mountains, and they apparently grow more Fraser firs in North Carolina, and they're shipped out to almost every other state in the country. Wow. So that's kind of interesting. That's what North Carolina is known for.
And there are over 15,000 tree farms in the U.S.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
I think I read that there were about 100,000 people employed by those 15,000 tree farms, so that was kind of interesting. One of the things that I've always wondered about when I see people bringing home trees from a tree farm is how long has that tree been growing? How long does it take to grow a Christmas tree? And when you see some of them on the side of a mountain growing, for example, it's just row after row after row after row. So one of the things that we learned is that the average growth time for a Christmas tree is 7 years, but it can range from 4 to 15. So if you're getting a really tall Christmas tree, that tree may be 15 years old. It explains why they can charge premium prices for something that's taken that long to grow. One of the amazing things is the environmental impact of Christmas trees, the real live trees. And this is according to realchristmastrees.org. One of the things that they do, any tree does, is to absorb carbon dioxide and other gases and emit fresh oxygen. When they cut down a Christmas tree, they will plant 2 to 3 more because they won't all survive. And so there's a constant cycle there for growth of these trees, which is amazing too. And farms that grow Christmas trees stabilize the soil, so they prevent runoff. They protect the water supply by doing that as well. And near and dear to our heart, they provide a refuge for wildlife while creating more green spaces. So that is a huge benefit to the environment. And one of the best things is
they're 100% biodegradable.
Yeah, any part of that Christmas tree can be recycled or composted or whatever. So you don't have to worry about the environmental impacts from something that would last forever. One unexpected impact that I found was a survey that had been done by the Christmas Tree Promotion Board. And one of the things that they found is that, and the survey size was 2,000 American parents with children ages 17 and younger, okay? One of the things they found is that people who go and cut their own trees, their own real Christmas trees, are more likely to create new holiday traditions with family than those who prefer artificial trees. So that's an unexpected bonus, I think, that we would not have seen. And many people in that same survey said getting a Christmas tree was their number one favorite holiday tradition growing up and continues to be something they do with their own families now. And it came in just behind buying presents for the tree.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it really was. So you can see that there are certainly benefits to both artificial and real trees, but it sounds like real trees really are the winner here in terms of a lot of different things, from family values to experiences that they have to the impact on the environment and to being sustainable. We're not done with this topic yet, so we are going to explore in an upcoming episode, what do you do with a Christmas tree after Christmas? Because that's really important to know. And we'll look at this from the same perspective. We'll look at it from artificial and live trees. This has been the Backyard Naturalist podcast, talking today about artificial versus real Christmas trees. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we also hope that you will like, share, and follow the Backyard Naturalist on Facebook, and please give us a 5-star rating on your favorite podcast venue. We hope to hear you again soon. This is Debbie Foster
and Laurie Horn.
We're the Backyard Naturalist, and we're signing off.
Production services for the Backyard Naturalists podcast are provided by Downtown Podcasting. To start a conversation on how you can have a podcast, send an email to info@downtownpodcasting.com.